G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So for today's video we're sort of going to be going through the breakdown of the new units that are going to be dropping, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and the Fat BUU, and just sort of giving my general thoughts on them. And then we've also got the stats for them as well, so we'll check them out after we go through all of the breakdowns. So starting off here with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, pretty awesome to see that we do get the triple leader skill here. So we've got Majin Buu Saga, Other World Warriors, and Accelerated Battle, and then Kamehameha and Time Limit. Now I'll say that out of these three, there's not much chop, I don't think, but there's a lot of potential. The thing with this Goku is that you want to have at least one Majin Buu Saga on his team, or on rotation with him. So I think Easy A, STR, Goku Vegeta are going to be really important to run with this guy, and it's going to be really dependent on Easy A's for his team. Yeah, that condition does make it a little bit tougher because units like the UI Goku that's going to get his Easy A probably fall a little bit to the wayside. But anyway, 3 leader skills gives us quite a wide range to choose from there. For his passive skill, he's got an entrance animation where he gets chance of performing a crit plus 50% for 5 turns, and then he has 90% damage reduction for the first turn, which is obviously insane. That's then going to work like the AGL Golden Freezer, where he's going to lose 15% of that damage reduction until it's all gone, pretty much. And that is when there is another Majin Buu category ally on the team. So if you get this guy on turn 2, turn 1, whatever, you're going to have his 90% damage reduction. You'll see why it's even more crazy later on. So straight off the bat here, you got key 2 and 150% attack and defense. Then you get an additional attack and defense plus 150 when performing a super. Reduces damage by 5% with each super attack performed. So that's going to be extremely valuable when you've already got the damage reduction, I guess we'll say. So if you're able to get a couple supers early on, say if you get 2 or 3 in that first turn, you can build that up, and that's going to really complement the damage reduction that is already there. When he does lose the 90% and he is just down to the flat 30, it probably won't be as crazy defensively, but still. So medium chance of performing a critical hit, just a flat 30%, so you'll have that once the 5-turn entrance animation buff does run out. He launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack, so 70% chance there, very much like the 8th anniversary LRs. When there is another Majin Buu Saga ally attacking the same turn, he gets at 100% defense and guards against all attacks as the first attacker, and then 100% attack and launches an additional super as the second or third attacker. So that's where it could be pretty valuable to put him in slot 2 or 3 on his first rotation when he is going to have a lot of that damage reduction already. If you've got him with hidden potential additional, you could get lucky with a 4 super turn. There's 20% damage reduction built up, and yeah, that's going to be really huge for this guy. And then eventually you can work him into slot 1 with that guard. So quite a lot of defensive utility there. He also has a high chance of nullifying Ki Blast supers and then countering. We can quickly just see links. We've got Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, over at a Flash, Limit Breaking Form, Kamehameha, and Fierce Battle. So good link set there. He's going to have a lot of really good linking partners, obviously. So he does have an active skill as well. Can be activated when there's a Majin Buu category ally, or saga, or it's starting from the 4th turn. So on this one, he does massively raise attack, causes ultimate damage, and then all his attacks become crits there. So pretty handy. The guaranteed crits are always very nice. We've got a bunch of teams there, so that's going to work really well with our team building. And then just for his super attack effect, he does greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense, and that has a high chance of stunning, which could become relevant when we start to get this 9th anniversary content. So pretty nice that they chuck that on. Also will help with like Super Battle Road and whatnot as well. So shout out here to, as I click off this, Halvard. They always do the stats. So the first stats we've got here is for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Just the start here. Our Link's active, a Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, over to Flash, Limit Breaking Form, and Fierce Battle. So from that, you get 42% attack, 4 key, the 20% attack when performing a super, and then enemies minus 10% defense, and that's with the STR Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Hirudegan movie. So maybe not a unit that a lot of guys will have, but still. So with that support, start of turn defense is going to be 165k, which is not a crazy number, but when you start adding in the passive, like you get the 150 on super, you're getting the defense from super attack effect INT, you can quickly get to 1 million defense there with the damage. Combine that with the damage reduction and the guard, because that's in slot 1. In slot 2 or 3, you can see with the extra super you can build up to 1.24 if you get lucky, like that one I was talking about. In slot 1, or maybe I'm not sure what that first one is then, if that's not slot 1, because we've got slot 1 right here. So 230k start of turn, that's going to get you your guard as well, and you can get up to 1.446 million, which is quite a lot when you combine that with the damage reduction and guard. Then you add in a 40% support and you can jump up to 1.6 million. So obviously some big time stats there. I imagine that this Goku is going to be able to do a ton of damage too. So then we've got the INT Fat BUU. So as you can see from the start there, his leader skill does also have the 3, so we've got Majin Buu Saga, which same as Goku, so we're going to have an extreme and a super version, so that's going to be awesome. Sworn enemies and storied figures, and then you get the 30% to worldwide chaos or resurrected warriors. Now, it'll be interesting to see what that sort of 3 combination looks like. We're going to get the easy A for the physical Buu tanks, which is going to be crazy because he's super good. But on global, we don't have like the tech Fat BUU or Mr. BUU, whatever you call him. Team building will be interesting for that one, anyways. So for his passive here, you've got the entrance animation, recovers 10% HP for the rest of battle, 10% for 5 turns from his first entry if there's another Majin Buu Saga ally on the team, which obviously you will have for linking purposes anyway. So very much like Goku, you got the 2 key and 150% attack and defense at the start of turn, plus an additional 150 when performing a super. He launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack, so exactly the same as Goku for those 3 parts. Guards against all attacks when HP is 50% or more at the start of turn, so that's going to be awesome because given how much healing this Majin Buu Saga team has, or this Majin Buu style of team will have, you're going to be constantly rebuilding that HP up. So then he recovers 10% at the end of the turn, and if HP is 30% or less at the end of the turn, recovers an additional 10%. So that's going to help to get the friend BUU, if you're running 1 on each rotation, get him his guard as well. Revives with HP fully recovered when the character is KO'd once only. So that's this character, much like Metal Cooler by the looks of it. But he survives KO attacks once per turn. So that seems very counterproductive because he can only survive it. I mean, he only revives for him. So I'm not sure why they would do that. That's a bit of a weird design. So hopefully you don't survive with the 1 HP and then the next character gets KO'd. But anyways, plus an additional attack and defense, 100%, guards all attacks, and launches an additional super starting from the turn in which the character or another ally's revival is activated. So he's like Tech World Tournament Goku. Doesn't need to be his revive. As long as you pop off some form of revive, he gets the goodies, and then he recovers HP with treats. So he's also got an active, which is after he gets his revive off or starting from the 7th turn. Massively raises attack, causes ultimate damage, and delays a single targeted enemy's attack for 1 turn. Changes all key spheres to cookies, so that'll give you a massive, well, I assume that'll give you a full heal, and then you get the key plus 12, which is pretty irrelevant. So you can see 100 million teams there as well. Again, as for our links, no big bad bosses, so that sort of does hurt for Buu tanks if you want to go into Buuhan. But yeah, is what it is. And then for his super attack effect, he does stack defense. So combine that with his ability to heal, guard. I think he's going to be amazing defensively. And he also does greatly raise attack for one turn and cause immense damage to the enemy. So, clicking out of that one there, again we go back to Halvard here, who does have the stats. So we'll just show you this first. So links active, we've got margin, innocence, infinite reject. Wait, we got all 7 links active actually. So from that you get 75% attack, 30% defense, 6 key, 10% when performing super. You see the HP recovery, and then DBZ. I don't even know what enemy's true power is, and that is the Tech BUU. Who, if he gets an easy A, could definitely be a good partner to run on with this guy. So without support, your starter turn defense is 220k. If you get lucky enough to get that triple super, up to 1,000,000 defense with the guard. With 6 super attack effect stacks, you're at 2 million. So you get 2 of those like fire turns where you get the 3 supers off, 2 million defense, which is pretty insane. Then post revive, wow, you can get up to that. Post revive with 3 stacks is 3 million defense, which is insane. Add in the 40% support to that, and you're up to 3.4 million. As I said, he's going to have a lot of defensive capabilities. Whoops, as I click into the wrong bit. And then here we do have the base Gotenks. Now I did look over both of the banner units. Not really my style of banner units. So for Gotenks, hybrid Saiyans, 130, whatever. Passive is 177% attack and defense, and great chance 7 key, which is a bit of a nothing. He gets the additional 77% to stats when performing a super. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super. He does have a great chance of evading enemy's super, which is 70% for 7 turns. And then after that 8th turn, it does drop down to 50%. He gets an additional 77% as the 2nd or 3rd attacker. And then an additional attack and defense plus 20% up to 77 with each attack evaded. Chance of performing a crit up to 77% with each super attack performed. So, yeah, as you can see, no support, no orb changing. Honestly, it'll probably be a unit that just doesn't really end up making the cut for a lot of these teams. You can see he is on a lot of teams there. And his super attack effect does massively raise attack and defense. So if you do get that triple super turn, I'm sure he'll put up some really good numbers, but in terms of what he brings to the team, I just don't think it's a great deal. So a little bit disappointing, because you do want a unit that is going to bolster up, I guess, the team that the new units are dropping for, and feel like these 2 banner units don't really do that, because we've got Skinny Boo here, or Evil Boo, whatever you want to call him. He's a margin power 130, so his passive is a bit funny. So key +1, and then attacking defense 40% at the start of turn, and chance of performing a crit and chance of evading plus 10% per margin power category on the team. And if all allies are in the margin power category, launches an additional super attack, and all attacks become crits. So you can, if you are running a full margin power team, does get the 70% chance to dodge there, which is where you're going to be getting pretty much all of his defensive capabilities, because yeah, other than that, it doesn't have much utility. So he gets the guaranteed crits, which is nothing for us, plus an additional 60% when performing a super, an additional 60% attack if HP is 60% or more when attacking, recovers 5% HP at start of turn, additional 5% when HP is 80% or less at the start of turn, and an additional 10% when HP is 40% or less at the start of turn. So that's fine. I mean, yeah, the whole team's going to be healing crazy, so I'm not sure how necessary that really is. Survives KO attacks once in a turn when HP is 40% or more, and then has a high chance of nullifying Ki Blast supers and countering. Also recovers HP with Sweet Treats. So, just not my style. I'm certainly happy to have units that are relying on dodge for their defensive capabilities, but they're units that are supporting or orb changing, or they have a revive, I guess, or like they have some type of other benefit to the team other than just being a damage dealer. You can see He's on a couple teams there. And then for his super attack effect, just massively raised attack for 4 turns and caused supreme damage. So, yeah, as I mentioned, just not my style of unit. But in terms of the BUU, looks insane. In terms of defensive capabilities, I think he's going to be phenomenal. Even just getting a copy of each of these guys at 55%, like, it's going to be huge. You're going to get extra 200% leader skills. BUU in particular, we've got the artificial life forms mission when it comes to the 9th anniversary. It's going to be a huge help there, and the fact that we're getting the easy A for BUU tanks and STR Vegito early, I think it'll really make for some fun team builds. But let me know your thoughts on both the units down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.